Good evening, guys. I'm just popping in today. I got some good news. I just finished school, okay? I had to wait before I came out here and say that because I do know that a lot of times when I say certain stuff, I will be attacked in that area. And, you know, you have witches out here that will try to make things even harder for me to do certain stuff or whatever. So, yeah, that is the good news. I done finished, okay? I got my final grade back, I think, yesterday. And when I tell y'all that last class was hard, it was so, it wasn't just hard, it was more challenging. Like I had to sit down and really look and stare at the information, really put in a lot of effort. Out of the whole, you know, out of all of my classes, this is the one that was the most challenging, my last class. And so I couldn't back out. I couldn't be like, okay, I can't do this. I had to really put forth some effort. And it taught me a lot too. It showed me and let me know, like, girl, you can do this. You can do this, okay? You can't be just throwing in the towel just because something is challenging. And I come to find that I actually did know how to do the work. I just had to apply myself, right? I had to put in the extra hours, the extra time, the extra energy. I had to use more than 80% of my brain power to get this stuff done. And the rest of the brain power was used towards my home and my children, family, okay? So when I tell y'all, I don't know how to feel right now. I don't know how to feel that it's really over. You know, I'm so used to getting I'm so used to the routine of just getting into my work in that area, getting into schoolwork, having something to look forward to in that area. But now I don't really know, okay, what's next? So I feel like God will lead me to what's next. And I think I already have an idea of what's next, but I can't say that on here. You know, we're not scared of witches or anything, but we do know that if you say certain stuff too early, that it could, I mean, the spiritual realm is listening. When you are in the middle of work, in the middle of assignment, into something that God told you to build and do, it can seem like that it's just taking forever for you to get through. And now that I'm done, I look back and I'm like, I'm done already? Like, this really wasn't a long time. It seems like I wasn't there for all those years. It seemed like I was only doing it for a year and a half. That's the way it feels today. So just in case somebody is building right now, working on something important, when you complete it, you may look back and be like, wow, that wasn't that long. You know, that really wasn't that long, because it does not seem like I have been doing that for so long. It seems like it's just been a short amount of time, and now I'm here. It has been at least 10 years since I've been in school. So I pretty much forgot that I'm actually smart. I forgot that I'm smart. I forgot that I knew how to do certain things. I forgot, you know, a lot of it. And then this has been very empowering and brought me up in confidence, because it just showed me more of my strengths, my weaknesses. I'm able to pinpoint certain things about myself now that I have actually completed school. I'm about to get my bachelor's degree. So once all the paperwork has been pushed through, well, it has been pushed through. This is why I'm coming on right now. But the paperwork has been pushed through. I could not come on here while I was doing that work, because like I said, it was very, very challenging. It was a statistics class. It was a statistics and research class that involved a lot of math. It involved graphs, histograms, standard deviations, things that I've never even heard of before. The only thing that I was familiar with was mean, median, and mode from when I was in high school. So yes, it was pretty challenging. And the place that I'm going to, the people were very, very, they were supportive. So when I think back though, I really didn't have to do too much, because once I ran into certain research, I caught on. And once I caught on to how the work is done, I just flew on through it. And so I actually passed the class with a B. I wasn't expecting to get that. I was like, if I get a D, Lord, I'm happy. It's still a passing grade. But I got a B. And I got a good GPA, so that's good. And I just thank God, y'all. I've come a long way. I've come a long way. When I tell y'all that, I've come a long way. It did bring some light into where I came from versus where I am today. So I did get a little emotional about it, because I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. And that just brings me to the fact that God will not let you quit. God will not let you, like, you can quit because you have free will, but there are certain circumstances, if it's in God's will, he will not allow you to quit. Just like last year in 2022, I mentioned this before, I went through a lot of warfare last year in 2022, and I was in college and working and taking care of my children and doing the YouTube. So I had a lot going on, right? And I also had 4 different court cases last year. Yeah, I was going through it, but all of that stuff is over and everything is fine. My grades kind of dropped last year, but I still, like I said, I got a decent GPA. I got a pretty decent GPA. Even through that, and I just went ahead. I probably took a break off, like a month off, just to regroup myself. And then, you know, I just took breaks in between. And so I still graduated on time and everything. And there was times when I was doing my work and I was like, Lord, do you really want me doing this? Because I really just want to quit right now. I just want to quit. And it was something that just, it had something to do with the academic counselors that inspired me to keep going. It was times where I was just feeling like, man, I'm over this. I don't even know what I'm doing this for. What am I doing this for? And so academic counselors kept me pushing. Miss Williams, the angels, God, everything was backing me in this. So I said it to say, if it's in God's will, it's going to be pretty much almost impossible for you to quit something that has been assigned on your life for you to do. You can't just quit. You know, now, on the other hand, if it's something that's not in God's will that you're in, that you just chose off of your own intuition or your own whatever it may be, then a lot of times when you're not meant to be in a place, God will fix it where you can't even stay, where you have to leave, where if you do leave and you want to go back, you can't even go back. I've had that happen to me several times where I just had to leave. I had to go. And I knew at the time, I knew that I had to leave these places whenever it was time for me to go, because I could feel it in my spirit, like I'm not even supposed to be here. And so what will happen, God will separate you from what does not serve you or what no longer serves you, so that you can really get into what he needs you to do to get you to a better place, so that he can grow you from within. And I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful. If I would have still been in those places, then I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have, my outcome wouldn't have turned out the way that it has turned out. And, you know, the thing is, too, I'm not a quitter. Like, I don't just quit stuff. If I quit something or leave something, it's for a very good reason. Because if my eyes are on it and that's what I want to do and that's what I enjoy doing and that's what I know God wants me to do, I usually push through that. So I'm not a quitter. And, but, I mean, I did have those thoughts of, should I just quit? Matthew 24:13 says, but the one who endures to the end will be saved. And that's exactly what I did. I had to endure until the end. I've mentioned to you guys that a lot of times the beginning of something is the hardest, or the end. I mean, and sometimes even the middle. Sometimes even when you get in the middle of something, in the middle of a thing, it can be challenging. 2022 was the middle, okay? I forgot when, I think it was 2020 when I started school. And I just started off of a limb. I started just to start somewhere. And I just picked my major because it had a certain thing in it that I'm actually into anyway. So I just picked, and I questioned throughout the years, okay, did I pick the right thing? You know, but it's actually good. It's working out. It's piecing together. And like I said, when God wants you to do something, it's going to be almost impossible for you to quit. And when I tell y'all, it was a lot of lessons in this that taught me so much. And it let me know that God is here. God has been here the whole time. He's not gone anywhere. Even when I was in the middle of exams that I wasn't familiar with or didn't know anything about, God would lead me to the answer, or he would give me the answer. He'd be like, go look at this. Go look at this part right here. Click on this, click on that. And I would do what he told me to do. And I ended up getting an A. Like, so I don't know. I'm kind of like, I'm in the middle of not really knowing how to feel right now. I guess because I don't know what it means like that. You know, I don't really know what it means. But if you're in the middle of something, you know God told you to do it. God wants you to complete something. Endure until the end. Keep going and endure to the end. There's a price at the end. There is a prize at the end. And the same day that I turned in my final exam, I got presented with another exam, not an exam, but I got presented with another opportunity the same day, probably like a couple of hours after I sent in my last and final test. And I was like, whoa. And the next part that I got really challenged my mind too. Like it was just as challenging as the schoolwork that I had just got through doing. I was like, dang, I got to put in a lot of work to figure this stuff out. But I figured it out completely within probably 2 or 3 days. Completely within, I would say, 3 days. The third day, I was doing it all on my own. I had to go into a certain training. But I said that to say, guys, keep going. Keep going. Everything's going to be all right. You may be sitting here like me, like, wow, I'm done. Like, now what? And so whatever is next, that's when God is going to push whatever is next out. And I'll just be stepping into whatever it is because I really don't know. Okay. So maybe I'll go back. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But I said it to say, you guys, keep going, keep pushing. Everything is going to work out. This has been a beautiful season as well. This season has been great. A lot of people are being blessed in this season. A lot of people are coming into revelation. A lot of people are coming to a lot of the things that the enemy stole from them too. So hopefully I'll be able to come back on here. We shall find out. And I love you guys. Take care. Bye.